Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My computer has taken a crap, so I just want to get this message out here, and so excuse my recording device, but this is the best I can do right now. This is part 2 of my Cuties film review, and it's in response to basically all the Cuties Apologists, which I'm surprisingly seeing crop up. I just can't even believe the number of Cuties Apologists that I'm finding on the internet for this. It has a very low approval rating, thankfully, but I'm losing faith in society. But by seeing the actual Cuties Apologists, people defending this movie, for which there is no defense. People are actually defending this movie, though. Okay? I have looked at the director's perspective of this movie, where, and Netflix's defense, this is a coming-of-age movie. The director's perspective, the main character, Ami, is navigating two models of femininity. One would be her family's strict Muslim upbringing, and one would be the model being shown to her by this group, this dance crew, Cuties, that she wants to be so desperately a part of. She is also stating that she modeled this character after herself in her own upbringing, which is disturbing if that's how she was brought up, but okay. That's what she's saying. And she is basically saying that girls are over-sexualized into today's society, and that's a dangerous thing. So you want to make your point by over-sexualizing girls in the movie. This just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's a director's perspective. So you're exploiting children to make a point that girls are over-sexualized in today's society. That math just doesn't add up to me. But that's her defense. And people are supporting her. And watching this movie and focusing on the storyline instead of the blatant child exploitation that is occurring in this movie, it's overt. It's not even covert. It's in your face. You have to literally be wearing a veil or under a hypnotic spell not to see it. Which brings me to my next point. We operate in an alpha state of mind and beta state of mind. And then there's, other states of mind that we operate in. But those are the two I want to focus on. So you go through every day pretty much operating in beta state of mind, right? That's when you're alert. Hopefully when you go to work, you're in your beta state of mind when you're focusing on your job, unless you have a job where you're just completing the same task over and over and over and over and over, and you're not really focusing, you're not really having to concentrate. You might be in the alpha state of mind. But if you really need to be alert at all times, you're in a beta state of mind. So when you're in an alpha state of mind, that's when you basically learn things. That's when you can learn new languages. That's when you soak in new facts. That's when you basically can get into a meditative state and a state of relaxation. I don't know about you guys, but there's been times when I'm driving to work in the morning and I've slipped from beta state of mind to alpha state of mind when I'm driving on the interstate, which is very dangerous. But I've done it. And next thing you know, I missed my exit, and then I'm at another exit. Like, how did I get here? Because I've switched from alert to relaxed and just going through the motions. I'm just going through the motions. I'm in alpha state of mind, like kind of in a trance almost. So I'm still paying attention. I'm still awake, but not alert like I should be because I'm on the interstate driving. People do it all the time. Don't say you don't. But the scary thing is, you slip in and out of beta to alpha without really realizing it. Like, for instance, when you're home watching the news, you slip into that alpha state of mind. You're at home, you're relaxing, you've been at work all day, you got your feet kicked up, you just ate a big dinner, you're slipping into that relaxed state, that alpha state of mind. You're flipping through channels, you're watching the news. That's when you're in an easily suggestible state. That's when you can soak in new facts. That's when you can learn new information. What are they doing? You're watching the news and they're planting information into your head, and you're in that alpha relaxed state of mind, so you're just soaking it in unknowingly and maybe even subconsciously. You're not in that alert state of mind anymore. You've been in an alert state of mind all day long. You're done with that. You're relaxing. You're in alpha state of mind. Okay? If you're just flipping through channels, watching TV, all of those advertisements, you're soaking it in the alpha state of mind, in that easily suggestible state where you're soaking in new facts, you're learning new information. It's just all accumulating. Okay, so you're kind of like almost in a hypnotic state, but not quite, but you're almost there. You're not in that alert state of mind that you really need to be in when you're watching TV. So what do you think you're doing when you're watching a movie like this? You're in alpha state of mind. You're relaxing, you're watching Netflix, you're scrolling through movies, and you have so much that your mind's not picking up on in the movie, and it's just being planted into your subconscious. And these people that are being Cuties Apologists are just focusing on the storyline. That's where their focus is. Oh, there's a story about a Muslim girl being brought up in a strict household, and she wants to dance with her dance team, and she's facing social pressures. That's what they're focusing on. And it's kind of like they slip into the alpha state of mind when she's twerking in her underwear. And they're totally missing everything that's being presented to them on the screen. Like, it's totally going over their head because they're zoned out. You have to be zoned out to miss it. But if you're taken in this movie in a beta state of mind where you're alert from beginning to end, like I assure you I was, because I made sure I was not relaxing when I was watching this movie, and I was paying attention to every detail, every camera angle, every subliminal message that was being sent, everything that went into that movie from A to Z. I stayed in a beta state of mind, and I made sure I paid attention. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are very dissatisfied with the movie were doing the same thing. They were ready for it. They weren't in a relaxed mode, in an alpha state of mind, in a highly suggestible state, watching this movie, thinking this is a good family movie to watch with your 7-year-olds, which is pure insanity. This is a mature rating. This movie, you have to be 18 or older to watch, but they have 11-year-olds in it. The 11-year-olds can't even legally watch the movie. What sense does that make? Someone please explain this to me. I want to understand. No, I really don't want to understand. I don't ever want to understand this. I read a comment from a cutie apologist saying that people that think this movie has anything to do with pedophilia, or that think that pedophiles would watch a movie like this, must be pedophiles. No, but maybe they've been victims of pedophiles. Maybe they've been victims of pedophiles. Maybe a family member of theirs has been a victim of pedophiles. So maybe they understand that pedophiles are existing in this world, and they're all around us, and that's why we need to protect our children. Maybe that's the case. Highly doubt anybody that sees this movie putting your children at risk for pedophilia, or this movie being exploiting children. People that see this movie in that light as a pedophile, highly doubt that. Something's wrong with you. Anybody who thinks that, something is wrong with you. Take the blinders off. Go watch that movie in a beta state of mind and rethink your position. Really rethink it. And ask yourself, would you put your children in this movie? Would you let your children? Would you have let your children be one of the 650 girls that auditioned for this movie? If so, those parents need to be in jail. They need to be in jail or need a psychological evaluation, like 100%. I just want to close with this. This movie, apologists are saying, oh, it won a Sundance Award. You know, even Netflix. This is a Sundance Award recipient. Okay, let's talk about Sundance. The co-founder of Sundance, Sterling Van Wagenen, whatever, however you pronounce his name, was charged with sexual abuse of a 9-year-old. So, is there any surprise that this movie won a Sundance Award? Okay. And then let's think back on the Polanski sex scandal. I mean, that was a long time ago. He fled to France. But you know, he enjoyed the company of minors. Let's talk about that. Oh, did we forget about Weinstein? However you pronounce his name. I don't worry about getting their names right, but you can Google all this. He was a staple at Sundance. You know how many pedophiles, perverts, and creeps run throughout Hollywood, Sundance, and wherever else? So that's your excuse. That's your excuse for saying this is a great movie. Check your temperature. This is nuts. This is totally unacceptable. And anyone defending this movie, something's wrong with you. Snap out of the hypnosis. Take the veil off and think about your children. And why am I making these videos? I am an advocate for abuse victims. Any type of abuse leads to trauma. How do we stop trauma? Trauma can affect your entire life, whether it's acute trauma or chronic trauma. Chronic trauma, any type of molestation survivor can be affected by chronic trauma for the rest of their lives. How do we stop it? By preventing it. And a movie like this is not going to prevent it. Does not prevent it. I don't care what kind of reason the director gave for making this movie. This movie does not prevent it. It's going to exacerbate it. And it needs to be taken down. And I hope to God that people take this seriously and seriously consider canceling Netflix. Hit them in the pocket. Hit them in the pocket. They do have some good things on Netflix. I mean, I've watched things that I thought were beneficial on there. But this one, very bad judgment. Very bad judgment. Hit them where it hurts. Everyone, try to have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for listening. Be blessed.